Chapter 1: The Veil of Time. The air hung heavy with the scent of damp earth and untamed wilderness as the team of explorers, led by Dr. Amelia Carter, descended into the thick jungle. Their destination a rumored valley hidden deep within the heart of the mountains, a place untouched by the passage of time. "Are you sure about this?" Amelia Thomas, her second in command, asked as he hacked away at the thick vines with his machete. "We've been following this trail for days, and there's no sign of this valley you keep talking about." Amelia adjusted her glasses and stared at the map, worn and yellowed with age. "It's here. The legend speaks of a place where time stands still, where ancient beings guard their domain." She paused, gazing into the dense foliage ahead. "We're close. I can feel it." The jungle whispered around them, the sound of unseen creatures rustling through the underbrush. The team had long grown accustomed to the eerie quiet, a stillness that seemed unnatural in a place so full of life. As they pressed on, the vegetation grew denser, more twisted, as if nature itself was trying to bar their way. "Hold on," Amelia said, stopping abruptly. Her eyes narrowed as she spotted something through the dense greenery, a shimmer, like light bending unnaturally in the air. There she pointed. The others gathered around her, peering into the strange distortion ahead. It was like looking through a veil, a thin layer of something intangible that separated them from what lay beyond. "We have to go through," Amelia whispered, her voice thick with both excitement and trepidation. She reached out a hand, her fingers trembling slightly as they grazed the edge of the shimmering barrier. The world around them rippled. The jungle's humid air felt suddenly colder, and a deep hum filled their ears. One by one, the explorers stepped through the veil, emerging on the other side into a valley bathed in perpetual twilight. The sight before them was breathtaking. Towering cliffs loomed on all sides, encasing the valley in a natural fortress. At its center stood a city of crumbling stone, ancient and overgrown, yet somehow preserved from the ravages of time. "It's untouched," whispered Lena, one of the younger members of the team. "Like it's frozen in time." Amelia nodded, her heart racing. "We've found it. The lost valley of the eternal guardians." Chapter 2: The Guardians Stir. Days passed, though in the valley it was impossible to tell how long. The explorers set up camp near the ancient city, marveling at its preservation. No birds sang, no wind stirred the trees, and the sky remained locked in a strange, dusky hue, as if the sun had paused its journey. "It's unnatural," Thomas muttered one evening as they sat around the fire. "Nothing here makes sense. It's like time forgot this place." Amelia poked at the embers, her thoughts racing. Or someone made it forget. Thomas frowned. "What do you mean?" She sighed. "The legends say that this valley was once ruled by powerful beings, ancient kings and queens who controlled time itself. They were worshipped as gods, but when the world moved on, they vanished, their power sealed in this valley, waiting for the day they would rise again." "And what? We're supposed to believe they're still here," Thomas scoffed, but there was an edge to his voice, a flicker of doubt. "Do you feel it?" Amelia asked quietly. "The air here, it's thick with something. Old. Something watching us." As if in answer, a low rumble echoed through the valley. The ground beneath them trembled, and the fire flickered. The explorers exchanged nervous glances. "What was that?" Lena asked, her voice tight with fear. Before anyone could answer, the rumble grew louder, and from the ruins of the ancient city, shadows began to move. Shapes, tall and slender, emerged from the stone. Their eyes glowed faintly, like embers in the dark, and their forms shimmered with an otherworldly light. "The guardians," Amelia breathed, her heart pounding. "They've awakened." The beings approached, their movements slow and deliberate. The team scrambled to their feet, but it was clear running was not an option. The valley had become a cage, and the ancient rulers had returned to claim their domain. One of the guardians, its face carved with lines of ancient wisdom and power, extended a hand toward Amelia. In her mind she heard a voice, soft yet commanding, as though time itself was speaking. "You have trespassed into our domain, mortals. Why do you seek us?" Amelia swallowed hard, her thoughts racing. We came to learn, to understand." "Understand," the voice echoed. "There is nothing for you to understand here. We are the eternal guardians. We ruled this world long before your kind, and now we will rule again." Chapter 3: The Price of Time. Panic seized the group. The Guardian's presence was overwhelming, as if the weight of centuries pressed down on them. Amelia felt the ancient power coursing through the air, a force beyond anything they could comprehend. Thomas stepped forward, desperation in his voice. "We didn't come to harm you. We just wanted to awaken what should remain asleep," the Guardian interrupted. "Your presence has disturbed the balance. Now you must choose." Amelia blinked. "Choose what?" The Guardian's glowing eyes locked onto hers. "Time. To restore it, or to let it die." The words sent a chill through her bones. "What does that mean?" "We kept this valley sealed to protect the world from the forces of chaos. If we are awakened fully, time will unravel. The world outside will fall into chaos as we reclaim what was once ours." Amelia's mind raced. They had come seeking knowledge, adventure. But now they were faced with a decision that could alter the fate of the entire world. "There must be another way," she said, her voice trembling. The Guardian tilted its head. "There is always a price for meddling with time. To leave this place, you must give up something precious." "What? What do you want?" Thomas asked, his face pale. "Your time," the Guardian said simply. "You may leave, but each of you must surrender a part of your life. A decade for every step you take beyond the veil." The group fell silent, the weight of the offer settling over them like a dark cloud. They had come seeking adventure, but now they faced a choice that could cost them everything. Amelia turned to her team, her heart heavy. "We can't let them take the world," she said softly. "But we can't stay here either." Thomas clenched his fists, anger and fear warring in his eyes. "What are we supposed to do, Amelia? Give up our lives?" "No," she said, shaking her head. "We find another way. We've come too far to turn back now." The Guardian stood still, watching, waiting. Time itself seemed to hold its breath as the explorers faced their impossible choice. Their journey was far from over,